Hello, I see that official Ireland this week has done a full-out attack on Irish military neutrality. Our cultural elite in the press and among the political class, they hate our military neutrality. Why is that? Because it shows that we are a sovereign, independent people who make our way and choose our own destiny in this world and don't get tied up in military alliances which draw us in and get our children drawn into the conflicts of big countries, which we are used as pawns and cannon fodder, and our children die. And then at the end of these wars, the big countries decide what the outcome will be. Irish military neutrality, I believe, I would argue, is very important and very good for Ireland and for the world. Why is that? Because Ireland can be a peacekeeper among warring countries and not just a simping little warmonger or a little attack dog for big countries. At the minute, Ireland has no meaningful military neutrality. We are, since 2008, we've been involved in EU battle groups. Of course, we've had soldiers go off and fight for your French uranium in Mali, which has nothing to do with us whatsoever. I think for over 26 years now, we are members of an antechamber to NATO called the Partnership for Peace. But it's amazing this week, you see all the Taoiseach, these Irish journalists, former ambassadors going out and doing a big scare story that there's a Russian fishing boat coming off the Irish coast and we should be very worried. Look, the conflict between Ukraine and Russia is between those two countries. Neither Ukraine or Russia have ever done Ireland any harm. We have no dog in the fight. None of these countries are our enemies. None of these two countries are our ally. We shouldn't get involved. Actually, I'm very hopeful, and I hope that President Trump and America will be able to bring peace in that area, something that the EU has been completely incapable and unwilling to do. Why? Because as Tony Blair said there many years ago, the EU is not about peace, it's about power. And that's why they want to militarize the European Union, get every country within the EU involved militarily, Ireland not just in EU battle groups, but also tied into this industrial military complex, which the EU is building at the minute. And we see it with things about common procurement for arms, etc., all done at EU level. We in the Irish Freedom Party advocate something completely different. We should take back a meaningful and full military neutrality. That means withdraw from EU battle groups, from this NATO antechamber, the Partnership for Peace carry on. We shouldn't get involved in these little foreign flings in Mali and other places around the globe. The last time that Ireland had an independent foreign policy, I remember very proudly that the Foreign Minister Andrews in East Timor stood against the imposition of, I believe, Indonesia in East Timor. He did something that Ireland can be proud of. We stood up for countries that are being colonized. Now, we are being culturally colonized by these people who want to line us up and be little foot soldiers in their little military plays. And we shouldn't get involved. Eamon de Valera was right many, many decades ago when he said that small countries are used as cannon fodder, and when the war is over, the large countries will decide the spoils of war and what happens and how the borders are drawn up. We shouldn't get involved in that. We should be working for peace. Irish military neutrality, it's precious. It's a sign of our national sovereignty. That's why it's so under attack from these people who are all anti-nationalist, Irish-loathing globalists. But our credo is patriotism, not globalism. And we want the people of Ireland to decide we want to be sovereign, independent, remain military neutral, and keep out of the conflicts of the big powers. My name is Hermann Kelly. I'm president of the Irish Freedom Party. Go to Magatsa.